So we've got the Federal Reserve vote on Wednesday. How might this impact cable then? What should investors be looking out for?
Yeah, that's easily the highlight of the week for cable. It's pretty much guaranteed that the Fed are going to raise rates on Wednesday. That'll be the third time they've hiked rates this year. I think the big question for investors now going forwards will be, is another rate hike on the cards in the final quarter of the year? The Fed has already spoken about wanting to raise rates 4 times this year, so obviously that does give them room for some kind of hike between perhaps November or December. And then going ahead, 2019, any kind of guidance on that, the pace of hikes you can expect next year. I think those are going to be the key drivers of cable this week. I think I imagine you'll see a fairly sort of tentative trading on Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday heading into the rate vote on Wednesday night. And then on Thursday and Friday, you've got US and UK second quarter GDP figures. I think both of those are the final announcement for both of those figures. Unless there's any major revision to either of them, I doubt they will have the same market moving capabilities as that Fed rate vote on Wednesday night. Obviously then on top of that, you've got Brexit as well. That is going to be a key sort of mover, could even sort of outshine the Federal Reserve rate vote on Wednesday, dependent on sort of the severity and the sort of the size of any announcements Brexit wise. And then on top of that as well, you've got the US-China trade war, which is sort of a permanent backdrop to trading at the moment, and will likely move the dollar more than the pound, given that the dollar has been in retreat in the last week or so, as US-China sort of trade war fears begin to recede, despite there being little evidence to suggest that it should be the case. In terms of what our clients are doing, it's interesting. As sort of the pound headed back towards 1.315 in amid some of the Brexit anxieties, the end of last week, we saw clients coming in and buying it, but as it crosses 1.32, we're seeing sellers start to creep in. So you've sort of got in between that 1.315 and 1.32, sort of a no man's land for the pound to sort of float about at the moment, with the Fed rate vote on Wednesday perhaps the key decider of which way the pound goes, either up or down, heading into the second half of the week.
Okay, thank you, Connor.